Hi, thanks for joining us today. I'm Lou with Houston Camera Exchange, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the trinity of lenses. When we talk about the trinity of lenses, we're referring to three prime lenses that really should be in everyone's camera bag. A prime is a little bit different from a zoom in that it has one focal length. It does not go through any kind of range from, say a 70 to 200. It's only 1 millimeter focal length. So they feel like they might limit you a little bit, but the truth is they really help you grow and pay attention to the photo that you're taking. The trinity of lenses is going to include three primes, the 50 millimeter, 35 millimeter, and the 85 millimeter. Let's talk about them. So, what do you use them for? What are they good for? Why are they the best? Why is it what everyone wants to shoot with? I'd like to start with the 50. We're not going to go in numerical order. The 50 is probably the one that people shoot with far and away the most. When I first started shooting film cameras, I shot with a Pentax, and it was absolutely a 50 millimeter that I learned on. Many photographers will tell you that, especially film shooters. The reason for that being is because a 50 millimeter is pretty much how we as humans view the world. Our field of vision, that is full field of vision, so not your peripherals. So if you put your hands up to your eye like that, everything forward is what's in your field of view is going to be equal to about a 50 millimeter. So it feels natural, it feels nostalgic, it looks like the world that we're seeing. So when you take a photograph and show somebody, hey, this is the thing I saw, when they're viewing it, they view it pretty much how you saw it, just in a 2D plane. So it is the best lens for really representing the accuracy of the world around us. So it's a great go-to for anything from portrait work to street photography to landscape photography. Anything that you want to represent exactly how you saw it, when you saw it, grab your 50. The next one that I want to talk about is the 35. The 35, in my personal opinion, is probably the most versatile lens, the lens that gets used the least when it probably should be relied on. A lot of people will pick up a 24 or a 28 when they should have had a 35. A 35 millimeter is the widest you really should go when you're doing portraits. If you're taking a photo of someone and you want to go wider than that, just think for a little bit about why that might be. A wide angle really gives you a cinematic, grand view, but it's distorting your subject. It's making your subject's features come forward and flatten out a little bit. You're gonna lose the depth, you're gonna lose the detail. A 35 really helps you keep that detail while remaining pretty wide and getting a lot in your field of view from side to side. I like 35s a lot for street photography. That's probably where I personally use it the most. So if I go on vacation and I'm on the streets of New Orleans or the streets of Osaka, Japan, I like having a 35 millimeter because it really shows me the grandeur of the place that I'm in without distorting it too much. The next is going to be an 85 millimeter. An 85 is a perfect lens for anything that you want just a little bit closer or that you want a little more depth to. So portraits, perfect example. If you want to do a headshot and you want to give the subject a little bit of space while keeping their ears a little bit further back and their nose a little bit more depth instead of looking real big or bulbous at the front. Instead, it looks more accurate. It looks more like they have a 3D effect to their face. An 85 is going to keep that. It's going to help keep that in line and keep it looking very true to tone, true to how you are viewing it as far as being a 3D image. The other nice thing about an 85 is that it really gives you control over what is called your bokeh effect, that creaminess, that blurring in the background. The longer the focal length, the more dramatic your bokeh can be. But sometimes 200 millimeters is just a little too long. So the 85s really allow you to get out there a little bit without being too long, keeping a nice wide aperture like a 1.8 or a 1.4, and will allow you to have a little bit of workability without being too terribly long. They also are fairly compact. They're more compact than you might imagine, especially the Sigma it's a 1.8 for Sony, and it's actually extremely small for an 85 millimeter. This is one of my favorite lenses that's on the market, actually. So 85s, when you're doing anything that's a little bit longer, wildlife, it's really great for pet portraits, for baby portraits, or for any type of headshots. I highly recommend grabbing your 85 to give your subjects a little bit of space. So that's the Trinity. It's the 3 lenses that every photographer should have in their bag, whether you do stills or video, doesn't matter. They will allow you to shoot anything you could possibly imagine. Thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you on the next one.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and come visit us at the Houston Camera Exchange, 5900 Richmond Avenue.